Welcome back to Greenbox Gaming. I'm your handler, Brad. We're making our way through campaign Music from a Darkened Room, joined with my friends Dace, Alice,
Yo.
Joe playing Axel,
Hello.
and John playing Herbert.
Hello.
What's up,
Boring, John.
dudes?
I had to be the only normal one.
I noticed you took Axel a different way this time.
I just thought I would bring up my my background character, who is a professional yodeler.
Would you care to give us a sampling of your trade?
I'm afraid that's only on the Super Patreon.
I think
which
I'm
is,
subscribed. I can actually pull up my receipt.
Well,
so
you're gonna need to consume that on Super Patreon, which is separate from Patreon. I'd like to remind you.
Joe, if you're gonna pull a gag, you gotta lean into it. This is the lesson.
Super Patreon. The fact of the matter is that when I did that, when I said hello right then, my voice almost cracked. So I know for a fact that if I did
leaned in.
if I leaned into it, you were just gonna hear my voice crack.
Rather than a yes and or a no but, Joe pulled off the rare, yeah, me?
So, on the note of specific frequencies, did you guys know they looked into it this week and they found some interesting studies that point to...
Oh, right.
And he's gone.
And
Perfect
he froze.
timing.
Oh god.
My internet.
Oh man.
For anyone listening, apparently John's having some internet trouble.
Issues. Yeah. Oh my god. He's building
There you go.
so much good.
All right.
He's back.
I'm back.
Go ahead.
At least it's gonna be amazing because on the recording it's gonna continue. I'm gonna be like, oh, and that's my.
You're just gonna be talking.
Yeah. They discovered this week that there's a frequency which happens to be the resonant frequency of your eyeball, which is 18 hertz. And this is a frequency that you can induce on humans, and they get weird ghostly visions. And
What?
feelings of dread and terror.
I thought you were
awesome.
going
Right?
to say you can do a frequency and your eyeballs pop,
No,
like explode.
maybe it is the resonant frequency.
I think when people get microwave, that's what happened. So,
Yeah, true.
It just depends.
There's
on the
already a
power.
way for that. It's called the microwave.
Yeah, we already have something for it. Wait, but so
It's
it
interesting,
creates feelings of dread?
It reminds me
Fascinating.
of that conspiracy. It's like all these diplomats were in a Central American country, and they all had this weird headache around the same time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? What was that conspiracy thing?
I don't think that is a conspiracy. I think they were actually proved that there was I believe a Russian operation to basically zap people with some type of weird radiation from a distance, and it made people sick.
Yeah.
I think.
That's what I remember having read. But
Am I perpetuating a conspiracy theory?
could be.
What?
Yeah. That's what that reminds me
Great
of, at
news.
least.
But like
I'm
that.
really glad they're working on this problem.
Me too. But imagine the possibilities. Like, you can start a haunted house, and you just need to run this frequency at everybody, and it will be terrifying, and they will see shit because their eyeball jelly is jiggling, and it makes ghost visions.
So
And let's
is
just-
that what
Basically like
happens?
a-
They're just like, you're kind of getting this weird double vision almost because your eyes are vibrating?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Oh man.
Why stop there? Let's also drug them with acid before they go into the house.
Correct.
We're just gonna fill the atmosphere with a mild hallucinogen.
Psychoactive agent. Good.
We're just gonna turn this into one of the vaults from Fallout. Like,
Yes.
And then you have to sit in this
mushroom
room
vault.
and do hot yoga for an hour before you enter the haunted house, and you're good to go.
they get in there for the ultimate haunted house experience. They go in there dehydrated, they're high, and their eyes are wiggling out of their head.
Okay, this is a gold mine, guys.
And we tie a fishing rod to their head that has a Taco Bell taco dangling from it.
Like in front of them? Like they have to chase after it?
Yeah, that they can never reach.
Well, that's just sadistic. Face.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Too far, man.
Can you imagine a Doritos Logos taco just out of your reach?
What's the
What
worst
torture.
thing I can imagine?
I think the torture for me
Alright,
would just be
guys.
seeing it in front of me. I don't get good vibes from Taco Bell anymore.
Wait, do you mean to tell me you don't like a Doritos taco?
I don't crave Taco Bell, no.
Well, I don't crave it either, but if someone put one of the Doritos tacos in front of me, I would,
Would you eat
I would
it?
definitely fuck it up.
I don't know.
You heard it here first, folks.
Hot take.
It's
Real
Oh,
groundbreaking stuff.
Well,
Well, speaking of the worst thing that people have ever seen,
I thought it was applicable. It made
I was
sense.
taking a sip of my coffee. I wasn't prepared for the banner to stop cold right there. I would like to say speaking of Taco Bell, but I doubt there'll be any Taco Bell in this session. So I'll just go right ahead.
there's nothing like the warm comfort of knowing that you're gonna have a bowel explosion later. You know, it's dependable, it's reliable. You know
know what your evening's gonna be like.
You know what's gonna happen. Unlike in our Music from a Darkened Room game.
Speaking of perpetuating falsehoods, that's the real conspiracy theory that needs to be put to rest. That's it. I've never once shat myself after having eaten Taco Bell. Never even felt close.
You just have gut. Well, you know, like we probably shouldn't just talk about what foods make us shit ourselves. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if this is what the people want.
Like a podcast level, or because it's too much information? Where are we operating here?
on this, I was hanging out with Dace and his roommate the other night, and they were talking about fucking the chocolate chili.
Where
What do
you
you
going
call
with
it? What's the chocolate? What's
Oh,
the chili
Skyline chili.
that people put chocolate in it? And I was like, so what was someone sitting here thinking? I got meat and beans. What can I add to this to make absolutely sure I'm going to shit my pants? Let's just dump some chocolate in there too.
just put some mild stimulant on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What? Well, how has this happened?
This was not my fault. I just want to state it on the record. This was not my fault.
No, you started this. This is like the butterfly effect.
This is your
You know, you
banter,
say
John.
one thing about about vibrating eyeballs, and now here we are.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
What happened last time? Y'all were in the midst of still trying to escape 1206 Spooner Ave. You were in the middle of a fight with this giant hybrid monster owl thing that came from the chimney. A bunch of stuff going on.
I'm gonna go with owl zombie.
Owl zombie. Good description. You're trying to take this thing down. You took it down once, and you saw it go back to being a normal size owl. But then Axel had the bright idea of throwing it into the trunk, and it seems once it crossed a certain line, this thing came back to this giant owl zombie thing. So y'all had to handle that. Herbert ran in the house again, experienced some more nasty things in there. He was felt like he was choking on gas. Doors were closing behind him, locking in front of him, rather. But y'all finally made it out of there. Killed the owl, and as you drove away, it seemed to change back to a normal size owl. So you're not sure, this whatever's going on here might extend a little bit past the house. How far, we don't know exactly.
We did talk about the occult survey crew to get a real
Right.
good idea.
That's always an option. So might be ringing those guys up this session. It's early in the morning. You'll have had absolutely no sleep or barely any sleep. And you kind of decide to go visit Emil Yarrow, the parapsychologist that was teaching at Fulton College, the next town over, because that's kind of what originally lured Alice to this house is she thought she saw someone his size making a ruckus in the house. And can't have a loose end like that going around a place like this. So you decide to go to the college. You interrupt his lecture. And, you kind of try to shake him down, but from what y'all can tell, he looks well rested. He seemed to be his normal self, even though he's a bit odd. Then he kind of turns it on you guys and is like, so why are you guys look so, look like you haven't had any sleep? I mean, do you need my help or not? I forgot what exactly. Axel was rolling something, and he used
to
his
persuade
juice.
him. He wanted to try and
I used a push.
Intimidate.
I pushed and then rolled a fumble on the push.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a persuasion or intimidation or something like that.
Something
Maybe
like
to
that.
find absolutely sure if this guy had anything to do with that house last night. Fumbled, which kind of sent Axel into a sort of panic state, a mild panic attack, in which he saw an old woman crossing the green out in the window beyond the lecture hall and just smiled at him. And y'all kind of like got huddled together, ran back into the lobby area, and you had all these students just staring at you. And I think you snapped out of your panic attack, and you're like, maybe we should just head out of here.
Yeah. Well, and I think the most interesting thing is that all it takes is an old woman smiling at him to really break.
Did Axel recognize the old lady?
I don't think I did. I don't think we even encountered anything like that, except mention of it in, what is her name? Yasari.
Yes, you recently got hold of her
journal.
Journal, and I believe one of you took the time. Was it Herbert to read it? Because it was in Arabic, so
it was Axel and Alice while Herbert was getting his fingers sewn back on.
That's right.
You find out from the journal that she's a recent transplant to Meadowbrook, daughter of a wealthy family from I'll just read the whole thing.
From
had
UAE, right?
Yeah.
We'll check the
she had fallen in love with the house.
First diary. Yeah.
Right. While taking a break from State University, for years she was obsessed with the house, even making outrageous price offers on the house. The previous owner suffocated upstairs in 2014, and then the house went on the market. She purchased it. Then the Isri spent 2 months in the frantic decoration, which involved heavy spending on local antique shops. She became a bit of a famous figure in the area. Then suddenly she became a recluse. Oh, I'm just reading the Isri's, my bad. The diary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other diary, the introduction mentions that she was having continued dreams of an old woman.
He always leaves us wanting more.
Terrifying dreams of a
every
different woman
time.
trapped behind the glass in the master
I
bedroom.
know I pasted the diary in here. I'm trying to find it now.
You did. It's somewhere, but I think that, what was it? It's a small faux leather journal, 57 pages of cramped writing, recollections of the house, include a vision of a little boy, Anton Tur, continuing dreams of an old woman, 2 dreams of a different woman trapped behind glass in the master bedroom. And near the end, Izari slept in the den and avoided the master bedroom. The last entry in the diary says, "I understand now why I came here. I am home."
That's going to be awkward, because I just explained all of that while I was lagging. So thank you for doing it again, Joe. I'm looking forward to the recording, overlaying our 2 versions.
Oh yeah, this
You know what?
is going to be a
Just
nightmare.
vote for the one that's better.
I was thinking about when I put it together, I'm just going to play them both at the same time.
Yeah.
And just
Yes. I really set the atmosphere.
So-
the cacophonic.
2 things. I think we have a date with the antiques dealer,
right. We were supposed to hear
Elizabeth
back.
Tucker.
Is that what
What's
you
the
guys
second
are
thing?
thinking?
You said 2 things, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Was it just the one thing? And,
We need to
and you,
go-
and you said 2?
get Taco Bell.
And Taco Bell. This is an Arby's podcast. I'll have you know.
Situation.
Unless they're owned by the same company, then I guess that's okay.
How big is this town? Are there any fast food joints, Brad? And can you describe which ones, please?
Sure. There's Taco Bell and Arby's right next to each other
So we have to choose.
Oh, God.
in Fulton. Just on your way out of town, right before you hit the highway.
Well, I think that so we're supposed to hear back from her, but I know something that Dace had mentioned, and this is, Axel will be like, Alice, you had mentioned that we need to probably go about getting a new van, and he like looks up at the the whole.
Yeah, that would probably be smart.
Yeah. And we did send off. We did send off. We sent off to have
2
the
things.
code over the phone. That weird code we were hearing on the phone decoded. That was Herbert's folks. But then also Axel had kind of phoned home to his Delta Green people, like, "Hey, we need contact with Summer. We need like a back door to Summers."
Right. You kind of delegated a couple of tasks, and I'm going to say that happened about an hour ago. So,
Okay. So
maybe still some time they're getting that information ready for you.
yeah, so we need to see about getting a different vehicle if we're going to be going back to Meadowbrook. We definitely, it was like I said, it was something that Alice had brought up last time. I don't know how much you want to go into it, Brad, about us renting another van.
You gotta-
Nah, I mean, I don't even know how to deal with currency or anything like that. We'll say, the only thing this does, I would like to hinder y'all a little bit, have some, we'll say it takes a little bit long if you want to do that. The shop says it's going to be about 3 hours. So we're talking about, late lunchtime, about 1 o'clock by the time y'all get the car back. So that's half a day gone.
We should do something in the meantime.
So there's a way you can like call in favors, or you can spend your own money for a standard expense, and a rented van is a standard expense per.
Well, let's just do this. Yeah, let's just do with the rules. Say
Okay.
It's a standard expense, because I don't know what you're gonna get into. I mean, y'all might want to get a bazooka next time y'all go into the house.
Yeah, so according to this, you can roll for standard expense. You can roll an intelligence times 5 to see basically if you have the cash. So that's if it's all right with you, I can do that for Axel.
Okay.
How does that make sense? Are you rolling to count your money?
I think you're rolling to see like, do you have the money put back? Kind of like, do you have it
liquidity.
like spare? Do you have liquidity? Yes.
Roll liquidity in our new
That is
Delta
a
Green.
a critical,
Hell
under
yeah.
75.
There's a bazooka in the
Axel's
van,
loaded.
baby.
I'll
There's
say,
a bazooka in the van.
yeah, no, I'll say, okay, you guys get. He's like, actually, we have this great model. It's got 4-wheel drive. Like, it's more of a giant SUV than a van.
Okay.
So every driving role you'll have in this car, you'll have at Vanit are like plus
20. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
epic, yes. And
Yeah.
the bazooka, right?
Like Axel walks in there and the guy at the front desk is wearing a bandana, glasses, and has a handlebar mustache, and they just make sounds at each other. Just ooh, yeah,
Brother, I got this car for you here.
And Alice just looks over at Herbert and raises an eyebrow.
It's like
It's like one of those, it looks like a fucking, what do you call it? Secret Service, like big SUV.
okay, nice.
Black.
Oh my god.
windows.
No, this is what we prophesied. This is the Spider-Man situation. Ooh, 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 yeah.
Ooh,
All right, so yeah, then I guess we need to, like, is there anything else that you guys think we need to do? Is there anything else we need to do in this town, or before we head back? We got our boy's fingers back in place.
Axel, that vehicle is beautiful. What are you going to call her?
I'll have to think on it.
That's fair. Important decisions need time.
Yeah. I think I'll call her Maxine.
Oh, Maxine.
I'm sorry, but
Right.
you're aware that my friend is called Maxie. Are you just ripping off my friend's name?
I have not seen your character sheet, therefore I'm not privy to the name of your friend.
She's breaking our code. We did it like 10 minutes ago.
I wasn't privy to that. It's a coincidence. Hairpin, not a big deal.
I won't tell Maxie. We need to go visit Elizabeth. I think she's maybe our best hope of, I don't know, connecting the dots. And I don't know what to make of your vision thing there, Axel, if you told us about
Me
it.
neither. But it sounds like you're sorry. Dealt with something similar. Alice, you got any better ideas than us just heading back to the antique dealer?
I'm very curious to know more about these rituals that took place in the house to try to save, what's her name?
Yeah.
Specifically about the underlying cause of why these things are happening in the house. Why is it polluted?
Why is the whole property?
Well, we could also run an experiment. I have a scientist friend of mine, and we could maybe just inch towards the house with any dead creatures that we find and just keep seeing what the threshold is over time.
Yeah, I did make the joke about getting a bucket
little-
of chicken and just...
That's psychotic.
Colonel Sanders forms.
Inching forward, eating a bite at a time.
I forgot about that horrific suggestion.
All right.
It's kind of like in Ghostbusters when they're like, let's think of the least scary thing that could kill us, and it's like the giant
Yeah.
marshmallow dude.
What about... All right, let's go talk to Elizabeth, and then maybe while we're there...
Pick up some roadkill.
Yeah, or something. Okay. It'll take us...
Bucket of dead weasels.
Wait a second. Is there
Who's driving?
Is there a weasel killing operation around here? I don't understand.
It's weasel season.
Oh shit, already?
Did I never tell you about my passionate hobby as a weaseler?
Hey, don't give me ideas.
All right, let's all right, I'm driving.
Okay. Very nice car, Axel. Like, you feel like if that biker comes up again, you got him.
I'll fuck him up this time.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, that guy.
forgot about that guy.
You know.
We still have the license plate. We can get it run.
Let me run
guess-
that quick.
Yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing Hairpin could do.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Is there...
I don't actually know what to roll for this. You tell me, Brad.
Let's see. What's? Let me look at a character sheet.
I'd love to say computer science because it's so damn high, but it doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, you're literally accessing
Kinda.
systems.
Makes
Law.
sense.
Law.
Why not both?
Law. I mean, computer science will work if you're looking it up. Law, bureaucracy, maybe, but that might be more when you're talking to someone.
Yeah.
Let's
That
go.
is,
Failure on
that's a failure.
computer science. A terrible failure.
They just updated their firewall.
Oh,
It's
I'm locked out.
it's his two typing fingers that were damaged.
Yeah. It's just-
Yes.
He's a finger pecker. He doesn't actually know how to type.
Yeah, with the messed up fingers, you know.
But wait, wasn't it his ring and his pinky?
Yeah,
so
but you need
he
those.
type with his...
Also, it was on the same hand, so He pecks, but with 2 fingers on the same hand. Is that what we established?
Basically,
It's gonna
tries
take
to get into the
while
system,
to
but
get-
he can't hit the enter key.
Can I don't know, like while we're driving, or is it too much while I'm driving for Axel to give it a go?
You might want to wait till you're parked
Um,
for the driver to give it a go.
And that's
Alice-
responsible.
puts Moonlight Sonata on the stereo.
Axel doesn't stop it, but he is just like he has like both
why are you
hands
playing that?
on the wheel, and he turns the rearview mirror where he can look at Hairpin and is like raising an eyebrow like
Heaven's just gonna be like, Alice, why? Why?
And Alice
We've been through
stares
so
out
much.
the passenger window and broods.
classic brood
She broods moodily.
mood
Put
brood.
on you put on the music, and I assume everyone thinks it's a bit odd, but doesn't stop you. Then you feel a nip at your wrist, and you look down, and you're
What?
holding the razor that was in your
Oh God!
pocket,
Axel!
and you slashed your wrist.
Axel! Emergency!
Your wrist a little bit.
Oh!
I'm gonna roll a d4 for damage.
Oh my god!
Okay,
Oh
so
my
this
God.
isn't a vision. This is actually happening.
Can I reach over and try
Shit.
and take it from her?
You come out of it like you know what it is, but you're like bleeding pretty bad. Like it was like, in a very sensitive spot.
Oh my god!
Axel,
Did you roll damage
she's cut
already?
us off.
2 damage.
2. Take 2.
Yeah, Axel slams on the brakes,
Fuck.
punches
Big bandages.
the stereo to turn it off.
Alice, can
I
you
don't know what
tend to
came over
yourself?
me.
Are you okay? Is she like?
It's
can
like
she-
I was in high school again. I felt very sad and I wanted to play sad music and then I wanted to cut myself. This is the true curse of the house.
Jesus.
Emo.
It's just a weird emo house. That's all it is.
It's truly an emo house.
Jesus Christ, Alice. Can she like do like a first aid on herself, or does someone else have to do it?
Yeah, she could.
Let's see. Roll first aid. What is that?
A success.
Success. And I've forgotten the first aid rules from last session.
It is
I think I'll go
a
check on it.
1d4,
Yeah.
so you might be able to heal yourself up completely for it. God.
4.
Oh,
3. Okay. You're good.
This
Nice.
worked nicely.
Wasn't as deep as you thought it was. You're able to bandage yourself up. You got plenty of gauze in the car.
Oh my god.
Really good band-aids.
It's
Alice,
the
can I see
exact same
that blade?
razor that you picked up in the house that already
Yeah,
had
of course. And
previous blood on it, and now it has your blood.
Alice throws it at Hairpin like a ninja star.
Catches it with his mouth.
He throws it out the window, and then looks at her and says, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, did you actually throw it out the window?
I throw it out the window.
Okay, it's on the side of the highway now. And I'm sure it won't show back up.
Nah.
Hairpin, that was contraband. I was possibly a tainted weapon.
All I know is that without
Nothing to
without
say?
you two,
Okay.
without you two, I'm not making it out of here. So it is absolutely in my interest to just keep you idiots, dare I say, and he kind of like raises an eyebrow to see if Axel reacted that, alive.
Axel is just driving. He's like, he looks at Hairpin kind of hard, and he's like, "Kid's right. I don't know, Alice."
Okay. No more classical music then.
That's my point.
I think.
And he cranks up some 90s Chemical Brothers hacker music.
Alright. We're almost to the antique dealer, guys, and after that, we gotta get some sleep. But fuck, we're gonna have to talk about that too.
All right. Made your way. Only a little bit of blood spilled in this new vehicle to Meadowbrook. Y'all are going straight to the antique dealer Elizabeth Tucker.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pull in. Nothing unusual. Same store. You can go inside. I guess you navigate your way to her office, and she's waiting for you there.
Okay. Yeah, we do not look well, I imagine. We might have like splashed off our faces in, like in a sink in the gas station or something. But Herbert has
2 fingers
bandages.
missing.
Has like,
Oh, yeah.
well, they're there now, but they're all bandaged.
What do
still.
you do?
Like,
They're all like in a cast. Do you get like 2 big chunky finger casts now?
I don't know. I just imagine it's all
That's a great question.
like a big bundle of like Curlex, which is that like puffy bandage to just protect you from bumping it against stuff.
Fine.
Like,
And Alice is probably like covered in his blood from trying to help initially with the wounds.
I imagine we've
Got a
probably
bandage on her wrist.
We've probably like thrown on some decent clothes, decently clean clothes, but she now has a bandage on her wrist. Like Axel had a panic
Axel's got
attack
like
earlier. He's
seeping
probably
blood as well from the front. He maybe flexes a bit
just-
hard, and the owl
we're not
scratch
doing
comes
great.
out.
and like the bags under Axel's eyes are pretty significant. Like we're frazzled.
So y'all come up, office in the back, typical antique store in the front, bunch of junk everywhere. Knock on the door. She's typing, in her office. She's like, just a minute, and she looks up. Oh my God! She's like, come in, close the door.
And we
come in.
We do.
We close the door.
Have I met her?
on the
Has
on the
Herbert
way
met her?
in. Axel picks up a little set of Russian nesting dolls and just starts fiddling with them.
What'd you say, Herbert?
Has Herbert actually met Elizabeth?
Yeah, you were
I
here.
can't remember
Yeah,
the
yeah.
timeline. Was I here? Okay.
Yeah. She's like, the hell happened to you? You know what? I actually don't want to know. I know how this goes. Don't tell me a thing. I'm here to find you. Who had some antique furniture from the house?
Yeah, we also heard this Isari person, the last one who owned the house. We heard that she bought a whole bunch of stuff as well.
Yes, I do remember her buying up some furniture from me. But the only thing I was able to track down was one resident, and she still lives here. I think she purchased an end table from an estate sale or something like that. What I have in my records.
Okay.
Emily Harrison.
Emily Harrison. Is that ringing any bells for y'all?
No. Jean, are you making a new thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily Harrison. Okay, you have an address?
I do. She gives you the address. She says it's an older lady, and she had purchased this end table, I believe, back in 1956.
1950, right after the Wheelers. Unless I'm mistaken.
Let me check. She looks at her notes. She's like, yes, that was the final years of the original owner, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe she knew them personally.
Purchased an end table. Anything? Do you remember anything of... Well, no, you wouldn't. You just have records of it.
Definitely before my time.
Do you know... You don't know anything about this table besides it's in just something to put beside your couch? That it?
Seems to be small. She gives you the measurements. There's nothing abnormal about the measurements. A decent sized table. I can continue looking if you want. There might be more. But the records are all jumbled up, with this place. It's not completely typical. I had to dig pretty deep to find any estate sale on this spot.
What's
Fair.
Yes,
what's
we would
special about
appreciate
this
it if you
table?
keep looking.
I don't know if there is anything special. You know,
It's the only lead we've got. Thank you, Elizabeth. Your work is really appreciated by our organization.
right? I have been trying to call you.
Yes, I had to get a different phone.
Okay.
Would it be reasonable to have picked up a different burner between now and then? Because we don't want to use the weird cursed burner that we got.
Surely, I'll just
y'all
give
can,
her my
you can
number.
go do it now.
or Hairpin probably has an encrypted device as a, someone who's into not being found on the internet.
Liz,
he?
Liz, you wanna have my number? Here's my number. And he starts blushing profusely.
It's for professional uses.
Yeah.
Business.
How about you guys call me?
All right. How about we call
Oh, that
you
makes a lot of
easier?
sense.
It makes way more sense.
Like I said, I don't want to know what's going on, anything about this. You call me tomorrow, maybe check in on a daily basis, and I'll let you know if I find anything.
All right. Yeah, keep looking into this. Anything more you can find. Yeah, that's all right.
Had you met Isari?
Sorry, obviously I heard of her passing, and I saw her in here buying furniture. As far as I know, that furniture is still in the house. I don't think
But
there's
did you
been
meet
any
her?
estate sales. I didn't meet her personally, but I know of her. One of
Okay.
my workers, I think, checked her out.
Okay. Alice, you got anything else?
No. I say we go give this lady a visit.
Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, you make it out of there. Is that where y'all are heading now? I don't want to say you have another burner unless you take the time to do it, or actually
I
Herbert
mean-
has that on his item list as whatever his
Okay.
whatever his profession is.
Well, like I said, I definitely destroyed my phone. Yeah. So I mean, we can go grab another, burner.
You just, I mean, stop at a. Don't gas stations sell burner
Sell, like,
phones?
shitty
these
Yeah,
days?
I mean you can
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get some of those. What are those? Like those taco roll things. We'll get some food.
Stop at the Come and Go, get some of that
Taquitos.
food under that hot roller.
Oh yeah. Yes, taquitos. And then we'll pop over and let's check out Emily Harrison. She must be older. I mean, if she purchased this thing in 56,
One would think.
she must be quite, she was of purchasing age of things in 56. So that puts her at what? She should be, assuming she was 20 years old, she should be fucking 90. She should be in her 90s.
Is that how old you have to be to purchase an end table legally?
I mean, I
Yeah,
just
I
imagine
believe
she
so.
would be in her
Purchasing it.
20s, right? At least.
At least here.
Yeah, in this country. That's,
It's
How should
actually
we
like
play this?
I think, really and truly, we are looking into the Arthur Donnelly situation. That is not unknown to the local authorities. We did find a table in his storage unit. I think it would be reasonable to say, hey, we heard that you also had a table from this same place, and we were just looking into it. We just heard, something. We're just looking into it.
I would really like to ask if she knew the family.
Absolutely.
But I was more talking like, should we go in strapped, like body armor,
No.
shotguns?
Well, I mean, we could probably just wear our normal vest with like our FBI jackets over the top, like going real official like.
Right. Just, yeah, that sounds good. I just don't want her to turn into a baby owl zombie.
Speak for yourself.
It's just my game.
That's so weird.
All right. Well, shall we, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
Sorry, wait,
Walk
before
up
we
the
go in,
door.
can I get something, like, not a gun? Do you have anything maybe non-lethal or non-loud? Do you have a quiet gun?
Well, you threw
For
my
me.
fucking razor blade out the window.
We actually did get a crowbar, but it looks weird to be walking around with a crowbar, to be frank.
Fine. Axel, you back me up on that goddamn razor blade, okay? She's giving me shit about the thing she almost killed herself with. It's like if I,
mean,
would
No,
have
don't bring
kept
Axel
that,
into this.
that knife.
No,
if
you
I
look
kept
at
that
me.
knife,
You gotta-
You look me in the
You
eyes.
gotta
be
fight
happy?
your own fights on this one, man. Sorry.
God damn it.
So
we
this
go
is
in.
exactly what y'all have done. Y'all have gone to the gas station, got some food, and got another phone. Now
Yeah.
you're heading to Emily Harrison's.
I'm still waiting to hear back from the hacker contact and from the Delta Green people.
Right. All right. You follow the address. It is it's on the outskirts of the town.
Isolated, would you say?
Barely, but it's not like the houses. There's still houses around this house. about like it's
Excellent.
countryside. So you can see half a mile down the other way is some neighbors. You pass a big church on the way there, and yeah, it's an older house.
Sort of like one of those,
Quaint.
like an old giant Cadillac sitting out front.
Yeah, old person car in front. Brick, quaint, older looking house.
Okay.
Let's approach in 3 solid knocks on the door.
3 federal knocks.
3 federal knocks. 3 federally sanctioned knocks.
Yeah, that have the weight of the United States of America behind it.
The Secretary of Absolute Defense personally sanctioning these federal knocks.
There's one knock for United States of America.
And do we each, like, tap in to do
One-
one at a time?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Give 3 hard, solid knocks, and you see like a woman peek out from behind the curtains.
And like
Just
I
next to
would,
them.
and I mean I really do think that we would have like our FBI jackets on, like, because we're now like we're using that as an official thing,
Right.
Herbert gives, like, a
Got all
timid
your
wave.
equipment.
I imagine Herbert's FBI jacket is like a large,
It's so
and it
big.
just envelops him.
They're just like, hi.
You see someone look through the shades, and she's like, someone muffled talking, and she comes up to the door, opens the door. She's like, "Hello, oh my, welcome. How can I help you, fellas?"
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Agent Jericho. These are Agents Sybil and Hairpin. We're with the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Want to know if we could
what?
ask you... Oh, no, ma'am, you're not in trouble. We're just wondering if we could ask you a little bit about a recent loss in the town, and also, just some questions about the town. We understand you lived here quite some time.
Oh yes, all my life. Yes. Why don't you come in? He gives you Axel a big smile.
Ooh. Well, and Axel's like he's like 6.5 feet tall. He's just. And he's,
She doesn't look like the lady that caused Axel to have a
does she?
breakdown, does she?
Oh,
He's not that lady, but you get a little.
All olds look the same.
Whoa.
It isn't too far off from that smile you got
Okay.
at college. You get a little shivers up your
Oh
spine.
no.
I just
Whether those are good shivers or bad shivers, I'll let you decide.
I just want to let you know, in the chat, Atomic Scissors just dropped in all caps, shoot her.
Shooter.
So yeah, we go in. I assume it smells a little bit musty, just a little bit.
You know,
Mothballs.
very dated furniture. You know, she's got china cabinet. She's got. She says, What should I make for you fellas? Tea? I have orange juice. Milk. I know growing boys need milk.
Oh, I'll take a milk.
Could you make us a Sunday roast?
Well, I was going to cook something later. Have my church members over for dinner. You're welcome to stay. I have 1 milk.
I'll take a milk as well.
2 milk.
Could you maybe take the thing that you're going to make for
And
your
3
church
milk.
members and
Yes, there we go. She goes to the kitchen and starts shuffling
I
around.
like this lady. She's got
Brad
some
moving shit
sass.
along.
So as soon as she goes to the kitchen, he's gonna turn to these dudes and be like, spread out, look around, and he's gonna kind of head towards what appears to be a living room, and like look around, see if we can lay eyes on this end table.
Very small house. Kitchen, living room, dining room, maybe 2 bedrooms in the back.
Computer?
1 story.
So, 1 story.
Okay.
can we just roll general search rolls, or do we need to choose like specific rooms that we're individually searching?
Do a search roll in a room that you want to search in.
I'm looking for a
Do a
computer, and I find none.
An
looking for a
ancient
computer?
computer.
I want to do a search
I'm gonna.
search roll in the bedroom for Alice, and it's a fumble.
It's a
Shit.
fumble.
Oh,
And
no.
I've got a really high search too.
And
That's
Axel got a successful search just in the living room.
found our weed stash.
So John, you rolled a failure for you're looking for a computer and just around the house.
Yeah.
Sorts. Find no computer, no big desktop anywhere. Joe, you roll successful in the living room. There's a coffee table, an old TV on a stand, old couch, like I said, some china set up. Nothing seems odd about any of this that you can tell. Alice, you completely open the door and she has a walker in front of it, and a bunch of shit crashes off her desk in her bedroom.
Oop.
Days. Alice, sorry.
Yep.
And she walks in. She's like, I got that milk for you. And then all the shit crashes in the back of the house.
Oh.
Just sees Axel there. What was that?
Oh, I think Sybil was looking for the
It's a
bathroom.
raccoon.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. It's a raccoon. or all those raccoons you have in this house have escaped.
Probably one of the two.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
She was like shaking.
She's probably looking
putting
for
the
the
milk in
bathroom. Here, let me take that. Let me take that from you, ma'am, please.
Yes.
I'll go check on her and make sure the raccoon didn't get her. And he'll join.
Thank you, Hairpin.
Alice.
This talk of raccoons makes me jittery. Had a bad experience with one. She's like, lets herself sit down.
You have a lot of raccoon-centric experiences in your background. No, I want to talk about this.
Oh, it's nothing. Can I ask? So, what can I help you fellas with?
Well, is it Mrs. or Miss Harrison?
It's Mrs. Harrison, Miss Harrison, my partner, husband passed away around 10 years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Mrs. Harrison, have you ever, do you know anything about, the house on Spooner Street?
Oh, 1206.
Yes, ma'am. I understand you've lived here quite some time. Perhaps even knew the Wheelers?
Oh, I was very young then.
Really?
Yes, I've known about every resident that's come through there. Tragic place, that is. Always stirs up some gossip around the town whenever something happens. Is that what this is about? The boy young man that died there recently?
Yes, Mr. Donnelly. Arthur. Did you ever meet him? He was a local as well.
I might have met him when he was about knee-high to a grasshopper, but haven't talked to him since he was a man.
Well, what could you tell us about the Wheeler family? I understand that something happened to the wife. She was ill, I believe.
You think? A while.
I believe she was
Yes.
knocked before that. Isabel knocked.
Yeah, she had a husband. He
Correct.
fell ill, I remember, but that was even before my time. When I knew her, she was her, and another woman lived there.
Excuse me?
Yes, ever since her husband passed, she lived there with another woman from... Oh, where was she from? Overseas somewhere, I don't know exactly. But they lived together for quite a while, and...
Her husband died before her.
Yes, I do believe so. I never met him. Like I said, I was very young.
Okay, and and then Isabel lived with another woman in the home.
Yes, I always thought she was odd. I can't remember her name. But that was the last, Ah, yes, I remember. I believe my mother bought a piece from her around the time of her passing, and I've still got the piece, and that was my last involvement with the house specifically. Ever since then, on all the shenanigans that have happened around there, I don't like to go near it.
Do you happen to have this piece handy? I'd love to see it.
Sure. Was there 3 of you when you came in?
Yeah, Alice pops her head around the door frame at that moment, and she's like, this woman from overseas that I was living with, Miss Wheeler, what did she look like?
You say overseas. Was she white?
Did she have an accent?
Accent?
Yeah, she had a funny accent, that's for sure. Like I said, I was very young. Like her scared me.
Scaring you, you say?
Yes.
Like
Was she-
like a xenophobia kind of thing, or just like a?
I don't know. I don't know what that word means. But
Okay.
it's she scared me, that's for sure. I didn't talk to her. None of the kids did.
What was scary about her?
Done. She would say things, just spout out. I remember one time someone ran into her. The next day, the man fell ill. He had some,
Physically ran into her? Like,
yes, like some
bumped
kind
into
of
her while
altercation. Been so long ago, but we just thought she had some kind of magical powers or something. You know how kids are.
Kids, right?
When you-
Yeah.
when you say overseas, you definitely don't mean Canada, right?
I'm old, not stupid.
There. There, Emily.
Canada's been around for a long time, Sonny.
It has been around a while.
Alice bites her tongue to keep from saying something ageist.
All right. Do you have that piece there, Miss Harrison?
Yes, it's this way. Gets up slowly, holding the wall as she moves around, and easing her way to the dining room. Says, "This is it." It's nothing's on it. It's kind of set to the corner. It's like something between like a small table and like a nightstand, longer than a nightstand. Yeah, you see this old wooden...
is gonna roll a search roll on this fucking little table, and she's gonna crush it.
Awesome.
Critical. You did
Critical
crush it.
success.
A critical success. Okay.
Okay. You looking at this table, you basically something. See.
She starts like tapping on it and like doing various patterns and holding her ear up to it to see if there's any like hollow compartments.
Mm-hmm.
Checking undersides of drawers.
You can tell the edges are like kind of painted with this kind of different geometrics, this odd design, and look even closer, and you can tell around the table, you have to look very close, that the shapes are not just shapes, it seems to be people dancing, and in front of these people is a large, dark man figure.
Spectacular.
He doesn't
People
seem to have
dancing.
any face, and he seems to have a big horn instead of a head.
Herbert is looking at this thing, and he like turns to the old lady. "Thank you for the milk, ma'am. Why the hell did you buy this thing?
No, her mother bought it.
My mother bought it.
Why?
It seems nice enough to me. Why?
Can we?"
Oh, so they like
She never-
she never looked closely at it.
She never
basically.
looked
Have you ever noticed the details on this table? These are images with people dancing around a sort of a horny figure.
She puts her reading
Classic.
glasses on. Watch your language. See, I've never... You mean you think these are people dancing around? I always
don't-
thought they were just shapes.
Don't worry about it. Like Herbert goes in front of like her and the table.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mrs. Harrison, you've been incredibly helpful. This might seem a little bit odd. We are here obviously under official auspices. I have taken quite a shine to this table, though. I think it would look excellent in my study. But I know it might hold sentimental value for you. You wouldn't happen to be willing to part with it, would you?
I'll go no lower than $200. And she starts bargaining with you.
That's all right, Emily. I think we both know that $200 is not gonna happen. All right.
As you guys are bartering, Alice, since you got a critical, that's not the only thing you notice. There's an
tell.
odd shape on the front. Do y'all know what a triskelion, I think is what it's called, looks like?
No.
It's like, look it up if you have it any symbol, but it's like that Celtic triangle thing.
Oh,
Where it's
the
overlapping.
three whirls that
Yeah.
are like in a triangle shape. It's like a Celtic kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I've seen this before. Didn't know what it meant though.
It's not that shape. It's misaligned, but you think you can make that shape and move. The top pieces kind of move around.
We would
she
really
ain't gone.
like to buy this from you.
Oh, Axel, what are you doing haggling? Just pay her the money. This is clearly of the utmost sentimental value to her.
He's
Fair-
No,
fairly
it's been
now.
in
Let
my
us go.
family for a long time.
he's gonna narrow his eyes at her. 150.
You know what? Honestly, I think it's worth more, man. And Herb is just
And
gonna
he's like
just gonna
towering
pay.
over her, and she's looking up
like
at
looking
him,
up.
and she's also got her eyes narrowed.
It's like the cover from Alien vs. Predator. They're like looking at each other.
165.
160.
Deal. And she picks up the milk, and she wants you to chug her with the milk. Cheers with the milk.
Da-da-da-da.
So the next scene is us and then like it flashes to us like putting it in the back of the van.
Everyone, after that cheers, everyone make an alertness check.
Brilliant.
Thought you were gonna say level up, but okay.
Critical success for Axel. 22.
Failure for Alice.
Failure for Herbert.
You cheers. You know, she seems willing to give you to let you sell you this table. She's like, wait till the gals hear about this. And then Axel, you hear
A
and
motorcycle.
yeah, and it sounds like the exact make and model of the one that was following you before.
Yeah, like he like
Or was it?
he's just like shutting the back of the SUV, and he just like looks off in the distance and maybe catches just the briefest glimpse because it was a red motorcycle. Is that right?
Black, all
Or
black, Black Rider.
He just catches like the briefest of glimpses. He's like, uh-huh.
That seems like a good spot.
All right. Brad. Very nice.
Very, very nice.
Yes.
Epic haggle, bro. Epic haggle.
Haggle, classic haggle.
I think as a super special, you need to edit together each of our attempts at speaking as old ladies and make like a super cut.
Super cut of us interacting with old
Because
folks.
we keep interacting with old folk.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that was super. Guys, thank you so much. Everyone listening, everyone watching, thank you for joining us. We always appreciate it. You want to get everything a week early? Head on over to Patreon. $3 a month. You help support us. It's all linked and whatnot. Something we do have coming up when we come back for Impossible Landscapes, which I think we might do next time we record. We actually have some fantastic character art
Yes.
provided to us by someone who we met, an artist by the name of Ch2.
JT.
And I cannot
So
wait
amazing.
to share it. And then also for those of you who are watching, who are either watching later or watching live with us, we're going to be back here in just a minute, and I actually have a bit of a sketch from KT of this crew as well.
Oh, excellent.
So yeah, but Brad, very nice.
Nice to y'all as well.
Well done.
Be right back.
Yeah, everyone live, stay tuned. We'll be back here in a bit. Listening, watching later, thank you so much for joining us. And Brad, take us out.
Stay safe and stay sane. Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.